How's it going, guys? Today we'll be taking a look at Andoer's TP-65 video head that retails about 200 ringgit or about 60 US dollars. They sort of rival against Manfrotto's MVH 500AH flat base fluid head that retails about triple the price of whatever I've mentioned earlier. So in this video, we'll talk about all there is to know about Andoer's TP-65 video head, the features it has to offer, how to operate a video head, and my overall user experience. Hi, my name is Ken and welcome back to the channel where we talk about filmmaking, photography, gadgets related, and tech. If any of this piques your interest, consider subscribing to the channel as you may learn a thing or two from these videos. Here are all of the topics we'll be discussing today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Let's dive right in. Jumping straight into the unboxing of this video, this package right here is the box that comes with the Andoer TP-65 video head purchase. The design on the packaging even reminds me of Manfrotto's packaging with deep reds and grey colour on all over the box. So the package comes in a little bit rattly as you can hear, and inside the box is the video head itself with barely any protection. This is the handle that comes with it and a screw to hold the handle. And inside the box is pretty empty. So you get about 3 things that comes straight out of the box with no instruction manual. And that is basically everything from the unboxing of this package. Starting off with the build quality and design of Andoer's TP-65 fluid video head, taking a look at the dimensions of this video head, which sits around 11 cm in width, 14 cm in length, and about 11 cm in height, and it weighs about 1.2 kilos, indicating that this video head has a really solid base. This extension rod, when fully retracted, is at 33 cm, and when fully extended is at 51 cm. Starting from the top down, Andoer's TP-65 video head uses a quick release mounting system, and this right here is the quick release plate, and this section on the other hand is the way to mount and unmount the plate. So to unmount the quick release plate, rotate anti-clockwise to loosen the hook, press it down, and you should be able to remove the plate with ease. And vice versa, to mount it back, insert the quick release plate on one side and slowly lowering the other side. With the hook pressed down and it will fall right in. Release the hook and tighten the knob to secure it. The overall steps are pretty straightforward. Moving on to the left side of the fluid head, this giant red knob right here adjusts the tilt axis where the camera is pointing. The tilt range on this video head is about 90 degrees forward and about 75 degrees backwards. There is a 3/4 and 3/8 screw threads on the left hand side to mount additional accessories. There are also 2 similar threads to mount the extension rod on both sides of the fluid head, which means this is well thought for left-handed shooters. Slightly under, at the center of the fluid head, there is also a bubble level to check the horizon of the base of the video head. This screw right here is to tighten down the fluid head when mounting it on a tripod. So turning clockwise will tighten the screw, and that's basically it. Notice the extra piece of material stuffed in the screw thread. We will talk about it in just a second. And lastly, on the bottom side, there is a 3/8 female screw thread to mount this on a tripod. So this fluid head should work as to replace a ball head on your regular tripod. So be sure to get a tripod that is able to remove its original ball head to fully utilize this fluid video head. And that's basically all about the build quality and design of Andoer's TP-65 video head. Now on to the features of this fluid video head and why you would even consider picking one up. In case you didn't know the function of a video head, basically it is a system that allows for smooth and fluid panning motions from left to right, which is the pan axis, or up and down, which is the tilt axis. Additionally, you can even do diagonal panning axis, which includes both the panning and the tilting axis. However, these diagonal pans requires a little bit more skills. These panning shots are excellent for adding a little bit of dynamic movement to a tripod shot, and I've used them extensively in all of my videos during product showcasing. Previously, I was manually slow panning on a regular twist to lock ball head tripod mount, but I find myself having to repeat the movement multiple times. So this right here is the solution for a proper panning shot. So before talking about the feature, let's quickly set up this on a tripod. First, align the bottom 3/8 female thread to the head of the tripod and connect it by screwing it in. Fasten the panning axis screw thread to tighten, and once done, you will be able to smoothly pan left and right. Next, I will set up the arm extension on the right hand side since, well, I am right-handed. And that's basically it. Setting this up is very straightforward. Now, let's talk about the features Andoer's TP-65 video head has to offer, starting from the pan axis. You are able to smoothly pan left or right, but there is no resistor knob to control the speed of the panning shot. This screw right here does not control the resistance on the panning axis, but just to lock the mount in place on your tripod. You will definitely need a lot of practice to get used to the start and stop points of the panning motion. since I was already finessing around with the twist-to-lock ball head tripod to mimic a panning motion. So with the TP-65 video head, I learned it pretty quickly. I have to say the extension arm is extremely useful to avoid any casual bumps touching your camera while doing a panning shot. Moving on to the tilt axis, which is the up and down movement. This knob, when fully fastened, it locks the tilt axis, allowing for a smooth panning motion. This giant red knob actually controls the resistance applied to the tilt axis as compared to the pan axis lock. So tightening the thread increases the tilt axis resistance, as you can see right here. With this, you are also able to angle your camera in a 90 degrees forward or 75 degree backwards position. Simply tighten the knob to keep the camera in place. When loosening the knob, the TP-65 video head has a safety mechanism to spring back your camera to a default position as such, only if your camera is on the lightweight side. If your camera's weight is on the heavier side, then it would probably not spring back, but instead it will slowly fall to the lowest point of the backward tilt range of the fluid head. So if you want to pan up and down, loosen the knob a little and you are good to go. For diagonal panning shots, it would be a little hard since you only have control on the resistance on the tilt axis, but not the pan axis. It is still possible, but you would need a lot of practice to nail the shots using diagonal panning motion. Now let's talk about my overall user experience, starting from the things that I like about this video head. As always, starting from the budget price point of about half of Manfrotto's MVH500AH flat-based fluid head, it gets the job done. The panning motion is pretty smooth and it is also really easy to operate. I also like that the video head has the standard Manfrotto quick release plate, in which is also compatible with other third-party plates like this P200 quick release plate for Manfrotto 500AH and so on. Something that is pretty standard on quick release systems is the safety rail feature. Once the plate is on the rail, you are able to slide forward and backwards without exiting the rail. So this prevents incidents where your camera setup comes crashing down in case you forgot to tighten the lock on the quick release system. Since my camera cage is using the standard Arca Swiss mounting plate, to improvise, I've mounted the QR50 quick release plate clamp mount, which is Arca Swiss compatible on the TP-65 plate, since I can avoid adding more bulk to my camera setup, which works fine for my current workflow. All in all, I find the overall design and functionality to live up to its expectations, but not so on the build quality. In the next section of the video, let's talk about the things that I didn't really like about Andoer's TP-65 video fluid head, starting from the pan axis stuff material. As you can see right here, the screw thread without the grease or tightening fluid sort of rotates infinitely when tightening, which can be a little annoying. Since mounting this on a tripod requires us to tighten the screw thread to securely mount it on a tripod, I had to add additional fabric to sort of add a little friction, and so far it is holding up pretty well. Another thing that I didn't really like is the stability on this thing. Since the pan axis screw is loose, it tends to get a little wobbly, and to be honest, it is actually pretty annoying. But for half the price of Manfrotto's MVH500AH, I would assume that it is worth half the functionality and quality. That being said, for someone who is still considering to pick up a budget fluid head, there are a couple of other alternatives to choose from. If you simply want to smooth pan left and right, or up and down, then Andoer's TP-65 fluid video head gets the job done. Currently, I'm even considering picking up Manfrotto's original version to give it a good comparison. So let me know in the comments down below which fluid head are you looking at or you have already owned. I would love to hear it from you guys. And that's basically all for today's video. I hope you all found this video insightful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Like the video if you actually enjoyed it and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay safe, peace out, and bye bye.